It's never pleasant to discover that someone close to you doesn't truly care about you, or worse, that you are merely a means to an end for them. Meanwhile, you continue to invest your time, effort, and trust in cultivating this relationship, only to eventually realize it is meaningless. This is why it's crucial to look for the actions that reveal when someone doesn't care. In today's journey of self-discovery through Stoicism, let's delve into a topic that resonates deeply with many of us: the attitudes of people who use us without care. It's a topic that stirs emotions, challenges our perceptions, and most importantly, tests our Stoic resolve. We're going to explore the 10 attitudes of a person who only uses you and doesn't care about you. From failing to fulfill promises to making you feel guilty for their shortcomings, we'll dissect these behaviors not to dwell on them, but to understand how we, as Stoics, can respond to such challenges. How do you recognize when someone is just using you? What are the signs of a one-sided relationship where care and concern are absent? These are vital questions that we need to find satisfactory answers to. More importantly, we'll discuss how to maintain your inner tranquility and self-respect in the face of such attitudes. Welcome to Live Kindly. Before starting our journey today, I want to challenge you. Stay tuned until the end and don't miss any of the lessons. Join me on this journey to find the secret of a Stoic life, a life where stillness, steadfastness, and wisdom are the guiding lighthouses. If you pass this challenge, please leave your mark in the comments section to let us know that you joined us on a meaningful and profound journey today. Now let's find out the first signs to recognize someone who only uses you and never cares about you, starting with the failure to fulfill promises. Thank you for joining us, and if you appreciate the insights shared here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable content on living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Number 1. Disregard for your needs or feelings. In a small, bustling village in ancient Greece, there lived a young man who poured his heart and soul into helping a friend in need. Despite his earnest efforts and genuine care, his friend continually disregarded his feelings and needs, taking his kindness for granted. The neglected friend felt a growing turmoil inside. Now, I ask you, have you ever felt unseen or unappreciated by someone you've devoted your time and energy to? This story isn't just ancient history. It's a mirror reflecting our own experiences today. When someone treats your generosity as a given, ignoring your feelings and needs, it's like a sharp wind trying to extinguish your inner flame. But here's where Stoic wisdom shines a guiding light. Your inner flame, your dignity, and your self-worth remain untouched and unharmed unless you allow them to be. Think about a time when you felt someone took your efforts for granted. How did you respond? Did you let their indifference dim your light? Or did you find strength in your self-worth independent of their acknowledgement? Stoicism enlightens us with the understanding that our happiness and peace are not dependent on the whims and attentions of others. If someone overlooks your needs and feelings, remember, it is a reflection of their character, not a measure of your value. How empowering is it to realize that you have the choice not to let another's disregard disturb your tranquility? Now, envision a future scenario where you might face such disregard again. Armed with Stoic resilience, you see the situation with clarity and composure. You acknowledge their behavior without letting it unsettle your peace, maintaining your dignity and self-respect. So, as we journey through our lives, let us carry with us the Stoic armor that shields our inner peace from the disregard of others. Let us remember that our self-worth is a fortress, impervious to the neglect or indifference of those around us. In this steadfast state, we find not just tranquility, but profound freedom, the freedom to choose our response, uphold our values, and live with unwavering serenity amidst the unpredictable tides of human relationships. Number 2. Absence in critical moments. Imagine you're in the middle of a storm, metaphorically speaking, and you turn around, expecting to see a friend there with you, weathering the storm together. But when you look, there's no one. They've left you to face the tempest alone. This scenario isn't just a test of your endurance. It's a profound moment for self-discovery and growth. Now, let's delve into a bit of Stoic wisdom here. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control others' actions, like someone being absent when we need them the most, we can control our responses. Your friend's absence? It's outside your control. Your reaction, your emotions, your inner peace. That's all you. Think about a time when someone wasn't there for you. Did you feel let down? Of course, that's natural. But let's see what Stoicism suggests we do with these experiences. Stoicism teaches us a powerful lesson. Our inner peace and resilience shouldn't depend on others' presence or actions. So, when you next find yourself alone in a challenging moment, remember that you possess a well of inner strength. Ask yourself, what can I control here? You can't control others' actions, but you can control your response, your determination, and your presence in your life. This Stoic approach doesn't mean you become an island indifferent to others. Rather, it's about recognizing what's truly within your power, your reactions, your mindset, your growth. When you do that, you transform. You go from being a leaf tossed in the wind to being the tree, deeply rooted and unshakable, no matter how strong the wind blows. In embracing this Stoic wisdom, you will see a way to find your inner fortress, your peace, regardless of who's with you or not. It's about discovering that even in the loneliest moments, we possess a wellspring of strength and resilience within us. That is the true power of Stoicism, finding serenity and strength within, no matter the storm outside. Number 3. Emotional manipulation. Let's come to the 6th telltale sign that shows a person is only taking advantage of you and doesn't care about you at all, which is emotional manipulation. The famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. But how can we be truly free if we are entangled in the web of someone else's emotional manipulation?" Imagine you're a ship trying to set sail, but your anchor is tangled in the deceitful depths of manipulation, preventing you from navigating the vast seas of life. Have you ever felt like someone was playing your emotions like a fiddle, using your feelings to steer you this way and that, like a ship caught in a storm without a compass? That's emotional manipulation. When someone uses your emotions as levers to control your actions or decisions, how do you stand firm in such a storm? First, recognize the situation for what it is. This isn't about your worth or your emotions being inherently vulnerable. It's about someone else choosing to exploit those emotions. Remember, your feelings are your domain, your inner citadel, that no one else should control or manipulate. Stoicism teaches us to separate our internal state from external influences. When someone tries to manipulate your emotions, they're attempting to breach your citadel to take control of your inner domain. But you, armed with Stoic wisdom, can see this for what it is: a test of your resilience and autonomy. Ask yourself, what aspect of this situation is within my control? Your actions, your beliefs, your decisions, that's where your power lies. The manipulator's actions are outside your control and therefore not worth your energy or peace of mind. The next time you feel the tug of emotional manipulation, pause and breathe. Reflect on your inner strength, cultivated through understanding and Stoic practice. Remember that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, as Eleanor Roosevelt eloquently put it. Stand tall, knowing that your emotional well-being is not a puppet to be controlled by someone else's whims. By adopting this Stoic stance, you empower yourself to navigate through emotional manipulation with grace and fortitude, ensuring that your inner citadel remains inviolable, a true reflection of your autonomy and resilience. Number 4. Lack of genuine support. Have you ever felt the sting of offering your unwavering support to someone, only to stand alone when you seek a shoulder in your own time of need? This scenario, sadly familiar to many, exposes the harsh reality of one-sided relationships where sincere support is not reciprocated. Now, reflect on your life. Have you experienced a similar situation? How did it make you feel? Disappointed? Undervalued? These are natural reactions, but Stoicism offers a pathway to tranquility amidst such trials. It teaches us to focus on our capacity to offer support without attachment to the expectation of getting something in return. Stoicism provides a beacon of wisdom in such trying times. It teaches us that while we cannot control the actions or feelings of others, we can control our responses and perceptions. The lack of support from others does not diminish the value of our generosity. Consider a moment from your life where you felt let down by someone you supported. Stoicism invites you to view this not as a personal slight, but as an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to virtue and self-sufficiency. It prompts you to question, why do I offer support? Is it for gratitude or because it's the right thing to do? When faced with the absence of support, remind yourself that your worth and peace of mind are not contingent on others' recognition or reciprocation. You have the power to choose serenity over resentment and to find strength in your resolve and character. So, the next time you encounter a lack of sincere support, stand firm in your Stoic principles. Offer kindness and help not with the expectation of return, but because it aligns with your values and virtues. In doing so, you're not just navigating the challenge of unreciprocated support. You're cultivating a resilient, self-reliant spirit. You learn to find fulfillment in the act of giving itself, not in the anticipation of receiving. Through this, you experience a profound sense of freedom and contentment, knowing that your peace and happiness are not contingent on the actions or inactions of others. Number 5. Making you feel guilty. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent, Eleanor Roosevelt once wisely stated. Reflect on this as we explore the behavior of individuals who use you and do not genuinely care about you, particularly those who manipulate your emotions to make you feel guilty. This tactic is a form of emotional exploitation where superficial closeness is a tool, not a genuine bond. Picture yourself in a situation where you've always been the go-to person for a friend or colleague. You've lent an ear, extended a hand, and opened your heart time and again. However, when the roles are reversed, they're conspicuously absent. Worse still, they twist the narrative, suggesting your requests for support are burdensome or unreasonable, leaving you draped in unwarranted guilt. This scenario isn't just uncomfortable, it's enlightening. Stoicism teaches us that our internal state, our emotions and reactions are within our control, even when others' actions are not. When someone attempts to saddle you with guilt, they're not just stepping over a boundary. They're attempting to erode your autonomy over your feelings. Now let's apply Stoic wisdom. When faced with such manipulation, ask yourself, what is within my power? You can't control their actions or their lack of genuine concern, but you can control how you interpret and respond to these actions. You have the choice to recognize this manipulation for what it is, an external attempt to influence your internal world, and to refuse to let it unsettle you. Embracing this Stoic perspective doesn't mean becoming indifferent or uncaring. Instead, it's about cultivating a robust inner fortress, one that acknowledges the actions of others without letting them dictate your self-worth or emotional state. The next time you encounter someone who tries to make you feel guilty while showing a lack of true care, remember your Stoic armor. It's not about denying your feelings, but about empowering yourself to see beyond the superficial guilt trip and maintaining your tranquility. This is the path to not just understanding, but practicing Stoicism in the face of emotional manipulation, ensuring that your peace of mind remains steadfast, regardless of others' intentions. Number 6. Failure to fulfill promises. Have you ever placed your trust in someone's promise, only to be left waiting as the promise fades into oblivion? Imagine the weight of disappointment anchoring your heart, pulling it into the depths of disillusionment. This is the plight many face when others fail to fulfill their promises. But what wisdom can Stoicism offer us in these moments of betrayal? Let me share a tale, one that echoes from the ancient streets of Rome, where a Stoic philosopher encountered a similar betrayal. He had lent a sum of money to a trusted friend who promised to return it on a set date. However, the day arrived, and the friend was nowhere to be found. The philosopher, rather than succumbing to anger or despair, turned inward, reflecting on the teachings of Stoicism. He asked himself, "What is within my control?" Now think about your own life. When someone breaks a promise to you, do you let it disrupt your inner peace? Or do you remember that their actions are beyond your control while your response is not? Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what we can change and what we must accept. Can you recall a time when you practiced this distinction? How did it feel to release the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable? The Stoic philosopher in our story realized that while he could not control his friend's actions, he could control his reaction. He chose understanding over resentment, seeing the broken promise as an opportunity to strengthen his resilience and independence. So, I invite you to ponder this. The next time someone fails to keep a promise to you, how will you respond? Will you allow their actions to disturb your tranquility? Or will you, like the Stoic, find strength in what you can control: your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions? Remember that in the grand theater of life, we are the masters of our inner stage. Let the unkept promises of others be but fleeting shadows, while you remain the steadfast light shining with the wisdom of Stoicism. Number 7. Diminishing or disdainful comments. The famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Remember, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." So, let's chat about something we've all faced at one time or another: those cutting, diminishing comments from someone who seems to only take from us without a shred of care in return. Picture this. You're sharing your thoughts or achievements and someone just brushes them off, or worse, mocks them. That action feels terrible, doesn't it? It's like they're trying to diminish your light, to make it seem less bright. But here's a Stoic twist for you. Their words, their disdain, it's all outside of your control. What you can control, however, is your reaction. Now, imagine you're a seasoned Stoic in ancient Rome, where public opinion was everything. If someone threw disdainful remarks your way, would you let it shake your foundation? No. You'd remember that your worth isn't determined by their words. Your worth is something you carry within, unassailable and purely yours. So, when you encounter someone who's using you, not caring about your feelings, and they toss those diminishing comments your way, ask yourself, why give them the power to disturb my peace? Think about it. They throw words at you, trying to get a rise, but you choose not to give them that power. You choose to respond with equanimity and poise. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. It's a practice, a daily, moment-to-moment practice. Next time you face this situation, take a breath. Remember, you're the captain of your soul, the master of your thoughts. You can choose not to let their words penetrate your armor. By doing so, you will remain calm and steadfast in the face of all the negative comments you receive. That is also the wonderful human value that Stoicism wants you to be aware of. It's about recognizing what's in your control and what's not, and choosing to focus your energy on the former. So, the next time someone's words aim to belittle you, smile, nod, and remember, their opinions are just that, opinions, not definitions of your reality. You are the architect of your inner landscape. Build it strong. Build it with Stoic wisdom. Number 8. Persistent lack of respect. Respect for ourselves guides our morals. Respect for others guides our manners, once noted the philosopher Lawrence Stern. But what happens when we find ourselves in the company of someone who shows a persistent lack of respect toward us? It's like offering a part of your soul, only to have it dismissed or trampled upon. Let's step into a story, a real scenario that echoes through the corridors of time. Imagine a Stoic in ancient Rome, faced with disrespect not just once, but as a relentless tide, washing over him in his daily interactions. Does he falter? No, he stands firm, understanding that the respect he gives himself is paramount and within his control, unlike the fluctuating respect from others. So when you encounter someone who fails to offer the respect you deserve, remember this Stoic wisdom. Your value is not hinged on their recognition or validation. It's something intrinsic, something that no one can diminish unless you allow it. Stoicism teaches us to look inward, to find our core of self-respect, and to nurture it regardless of external perceptions. Let us not be swayed by the shifting sands of others' respect or disregard. Instead, let's maintain a foundation of self-worth, remembering that the ultimate respect comes from within, a beacon that guides us through life's tumultuous seas with dignity and grace. But tell me, what would you do the next time you're faced with this persistent lack of respect? Would you let it define your self-esteem? Or would you, like the Stoic, recognize that your self-respect is unassailable, a fortress that no external force can breach? Let us know your answer in the comments section below. Number 9. Selective availability. You are available. They are not. The sage Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Now, let's apply this wisdom to the realm of relationships, specifically to those who show selective availability. You know, the kind of people who are all in when they need you, but nowhere to be found when the tables are turned. Have you ever been in that spot? You're always there for someone, offering your time, your ear, your shoulder. But when you're the one in need, they're just absent. It's like you're a convenience store, open 24/7 for them, but they're a boutique with erratic hours, open only when it suits them. Think about how this makes you feel. Frustrated? Disappointed? It's natural, but here's where Stoicism comes in, offering a different lens through which to view this situation. Stoicism teaches us about what's in our control and what's not. We can't control others' actions, but we can control our reactions, our expectations, and our availability. When someone shows a pattern of selective availability, it's a signal not to anchor your well-being to their presence, but to fortify your inner resilience. Remember, you have the power to choose where to invest your energy and time. Just like the wise Stoic, you can decide not to be perturbed by others' inconsistencies, but to focus on cultivating your inner peace and investing in relationships that are truly reciprocal. So when someone shows selective availability, it's a cue for you to reassess, not with bitterness, but with the calm clarity that you deserve reciprocal respect. It's about setting boundaries that honor your self-worth and ensuring that your kindness isn't taken for granted. In doing so, you're not just reacting. You're taking proactive steps to surround yourself with those who value your presence as much as you value theirs. And that, my friends, is a step towards true inner freedom and tranquility. We've just navigated a profound journey of self-discovery, examining teen attitudes of a person who uses you and doesn't genuinely care about you. Our relationships take many forms, from long-term friendships and romantic connections to family ties and fleeting acquaintances. Regardless of the type of relationship, healthy communication is essential. Recognizing someone who takes advantage of you isn't about fostering resentment or plotting a counter-strategy. Instead, it's about fortifying our understanding and application of Stoic principles. By focusing on what is within our control, we can respond ethically and maintain our inner peace, no matter the external circumstances. If today's exploration has inspired you, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue receiving insights and wisdom that empower you to lead a virtuous and fulfilling life. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Stay strong, stay wise, and see you in our next video.